Hello and welcome to The Unexpected List. I'm Will, and with me as always is my only contestant,
Sarah.
And the way this works is simple. I give Sarah a word or phrase, and she gives me the first 5 board games that come to mind. Now, she can't research this or look anything up.
Nope.
She has to do it on the spot.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Well, of course you are. This is an easy day.
Yeah?
And it's town building.
Okay. That's easy.
All right, we're back with Sarah's unexpected stack, and normally we go by box size, but I think literal weight actually played a factor in this one.
Hadrian's Wall's on the bottom because it's just so darn heavy.
All right, well, let's go over the list, starting with number 1.
Well, first, town building turned into more village building or city building, but I guess it's all kind of relatively the same words. So, ish. The odd part is I thought this was going to be easy, and then I started looking at the wall, and my mind just went blank at what I was looking at. So this took actually a little longer than I expected. So let's start at the top with Villages of Valeria. I know this slip cover is not the most interesting. Here's the actual game box. It has been a while since we played this version of Valeria. I love Card Kingdoms of Valeria. I didn't pull that out for a couple of reasons. One is you're more recruiting people than building a town, and we've got a giant box for it.
But there are people that live in the town.
That's true. But I feel like this one, being Villages of Valeria, you still have the people, but you are more building a village around your castle. I do not remember exactly now at this point. I feel like I say that a lot when we do these videos because I usually end up pulling out older games that we haven't played recently. But I really do like a lot of the Valeria games, and this was one of them that I really like because sometimes pulling out the big Card Kingdoms, well, it's a big box now.
Yeah, this one had an interesting thing where you could pay other people for their resources.
That's right.
But then you lose the money and they get it.
Yeah.
So that gave him, and that it's like, well, I don't want to. I'll just do it the long way, and then you lose.
Yep. So there's Villages of Valeria.
Number 2,
Villagers. There is a lot of hiring people, but it's hiring people to come live and work in your village. And this one's an interesting light tech tree style where you have one type of villager, and then if you it unlocks another type of villager who is a more advanced version kind of thing. Like, I can't think of a single one right now. But I like
the
that.
woodcutter leads to maybe like a carpenter,
right?
Or wagon wheelwright of some sort.
Yes. So I find this very interesting. I like it. It's got open drafting, which I like and makes it easier to to play with Will. And so yeah, this was just one that I really enjoy for the town building, village building.
Yeah, and plays extremely quick.
Yes, that's the other thing. It's really nice and fast. And I think we did actually do a review on this one.
I think so.
I think this is one we have actually reviewed.
Maybe. Number 3.
Okay, a really, really old one, Villagers and Villains, probably one of the earliest Kickstarter games. It does have its problems. There is...
It's cute.
It's cute, though. So the whole thing is you start off with like a couple of cards, but they're not built, and honestly, in my opinion, they should just be out to start the game, because if you don't get them out before you run out of money, you probably will not be able to play the game, because you need to have an income source for money so you can hire people and build up your village. But this is a fun one because you are trying to build up your village, but you also need to protect it from villains, monsters that are coming at you, and it's all mixed into the deck. And the really neat mechanism is that you roll a die, and that's how far into the row that you can get.
Yeah.
But if you're starting to pull out the villagers, but then the monsters get left, and then the monsters will start attacking.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting balance of I need to be able to handle the monsters when they finally come out of the row, but you also need to create an income source so that you can keep, playing the game.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of convolution. There's a lot of phases and steps. It's definitely a very early, older game, but I still really like it. And
it was good enough that it stayed in our collection for really, really, really
yeah,
long
like
time.
I said, I think it's one of, does it even have a date on here? I want to say this was one of our 2011.
Yeah.
I think I didn't back the very first Kickstarter this person did, but like one of the expansion ones, because we didn't start on Kickstarter till 2013.
Well, they kept offering all their stuff from like Treasures and Traps and Villagers and Villains, and there was
a third one.
Yeah, something with a dungeon master and a hero.
Yeah, so really fun one.
Okay, number 4.
Dice City.
I like this one.
Yeah, this one Will really enjoys this game. I like it a lot too. And so you've got a grid. Does this one actually, you have boards, right?
Yeah, you each have boards, and each row represents one of your colored dice.
Yes. And so you are buying tiles that go in this grid. I can't remember, do they have specific?
They're little cards.
Yeah, they're cards, sorry. They're cards that go into the grid. I don't remember the placement. Do you get to choose where they go?
Yeah, you choose where they go, and then it fills up a slot, like the number 2 slot of the red die.
Yeah.
So when the number 2 slots, then that's when that one triggers.
Right. And so you're trying to build combos, because then some of them will look at other dice or other cards and trigger them. And so, yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
It was the most effective way to basically modify dice before we got around to the companies that were actually making games where you take off the faces of the dice.
Right. Yes, that's true, because you've got the color and you've got the number, and that corresponded to what was going to be activated.
Yes.
So very fun there, Dice City.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5, Hadrian's Wall. I'm just going to pick up the lid on this one, because this is a big, heavy roll and write. Yes, it's called Hadrian's Wall because you are building up the wall, but the big important part is you're building up the town that basically lives off the wall.
Yeah, apparently there was like different nodes that connected this entire wall section, and each node had its own little village and town around it.
Right. Complicated. This is probably the heaviest. Yes, this is the heaviest roll and write we have right now.
Yeah.
You will never be able to do like half of what's available to do in this game. Like, there are just sections that you're just going to have to ignore if you really want to do well at other things. Like, you've got to pick pretty early on some paths that you're going to go, like, yes, I'm going to do the theater this time, or I am going to do, I don't know, the market or whatever. But the whole thing is that you have these village areas as well as the military forces that are defending it, and the wall and all that sort of stuff. So this is definitely one of the first ones that came to my mind when I thought of town building.
All right.
Oh boy, so I am pretty sure I missed some because I was looking at our small box games and I was like, I couldn't think of much. So Will, what did I forget about?
I'm not sure if we got rid of it, but there was a game called Harbor.
I think we did get rid of Harbor.
Okay, which would explain why you didn't see it. So you got jobs, you got town building, that it's a harbor town that you build.
Yes.
Another one that you didn't mention, and it's probably because it comes in book form, it was one of those graphic novel ones. What's it called? Our Town?
Yeah, Your Town.
Your Town?
Our Town?
I think Your Town, probably.
Your Town. You're right. It was a graphic novel
An
adventure.
old Western one.
And you are building up a town.
And you're building up a town.
That's right.
Other big ones she didn't mention, probably Everdale.
Duh.
Whole bunch
of... I still feel like that one, you're still, it's, the people represent... Yeah, but you are building up your town. The town.
You do build buildings in the town as well.
Yeah, that's true. You do buildings as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on a stretch, you can even throw in Dominion in there.
Ah, that's true, because you're building your Dominion, and there are a lot of...
Some are bigger than others.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Dark Ages, you're working on the low stuff, but then you can do empires too.
Yes, that's true.
So that could be more kingdom. You could also look at Dice Realms.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're talking about Dice
City.
Well, Dice Realms is actually a game where you do take off the faces of the dice and basically be building up your realm using it.
I guess it's a little bigger than a town.
Yeah, slightly bigger than a town.
But you're right. You're building your area.
those were just a few that I was thinking of that.
Okay, I don't feel so bad that I missed those. Okay.
Well, also, if you want to do something that you don't mind being a city, you can even include games like Lords of Waterdeep.
You know, I did actually briefly think about Lords of Waterdeep. I guess I didn't because the goal is not necessarily that you're adding buildings to the town.
But that is where a good portion of your points do come from.
Well, I thought more of it came from the quest, completing the quest.
That's true.
So it has town building in it, but I didn't feel...
It's not the focus.
It is not the focus, but it is in there, so you are correct. And it did cross my mind.
Yeah, otherwise I do know that we did get rid of a number of games that do have town building that is like, they just don't do a
didn't quite work for us,
But these are a good selection.
Yes.
All right, and you can tell us down in the comments below what comes to mind when you hear a town building.
Yep.
And you can, unlike Sarah, you can do as much research as you like and be the best in the comments ever.
Yep.
And this has been the Unexpected List. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two, that's TWO. We're on Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Discord, we have a channel on Tabletop Express. Check the show notes for the invite link.
If you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.